All right, here we go. Nick Cannon.
Yo.
You know, we've done little interviews here and there, but this is our first real sit down.
Yeah, it's our real sit. I mean, we done stuff on the spot, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
we've been talking for a minute to try to set this up. So I'm glad it's happening, beloved.
I appreciate it. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
throwing the tax stone in there, huh? Beloved.
The knowledge itself, a little tax in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because me and you go back to my God, Mix Show Power Summit 2004 or
Yeah,
something.
man.
You had just done Drumline, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you telling our age right now, Vlad. We trying to stay
right?
young
I
out
know.
here. in these
We still
streets.
20. We still 25.
Exactly.
Nah, but congratulations. I've seen you reinvent yourself over and over again. And you see a lot of people from that time come and go, but you've done this, then done that, and then done something else and continue to flip it. And,
Yeah, man.
It's dope.
It's just because I love the game, man. Like, I could have gracefully bowed out and been sitting up somewhere with my feet up years ago, you know what I mean, from the financially. But it's like, I love it, man. I love entertaining. I was born to be an entertainer. I was born to use my voice. So I just do it for the culture now. Right now, I'm really more in it for giving other people opportunities. You know what I mean? I do it, because I do have, somewhat of a conglomerate of different things going on within the industries and, everything from consumer products to entertainment and stuff. But I just utilize that to find new talent and to give new people the opportunity to utilize their voice.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, because I think people don't realize the breadth of your businesses.
Yeah.
So let's break down the major businesses. I mean, obviously you got side hustles and you got this and that, but the major part of your income, where does that come from?
It depends. It depends what month it is. But obviously, if you just want to get on the corporate side, I've been doing tons of investments and being an angel investor and a lot of stuff, but specifically in consumer electronics, specifically Radio Shack. I'm the chief creative officer of that company. Just because
What does that mean exactly? A chief creative officer?
Yeah,
of Radio
you know what?
Shack?
Because a lot of people get that title, but to me it was a little bit different. And then I'll take a step back, because previously, before I even got in business with Radio Shack, I started my own headphone company with Monster. Right on the tails of Beats by Dre. Dre was still with Monster at that time, and where Dre's headphones were, $300, mine were half the price, we were actually still using the same manufacturer. And from 2010 to date, we generated over $100 million in sales in headphones. So
What, just your headphones?
just
made
my
100
headphones.
million?
Yeah. So,
Wow.
So,
Okay.
That's
what's up. No, I'm happy for you. Okay,
That's
break
one
it
of those
down.
things where that's just, but that I didn't really want to put it out there, or we purposely wasn't out there to be like, oh, look at all this money that we're making selling headphones. But it's that is definitely a nice check that comes every quarter. But what I did, I parted ways with Monster and jumped in with Radio Shack, because we have over 2,000 retail stores that gave me the freedom and the opportunity to revamp them. So we're rechanging the stores, and I'm putting the radio back in Radio Shack. I'm bringing music into the stores. I'm bringing artists into the stores, DJs. That's the place I got my first mixer, my first microphone. So I'm trying to bring all that energy back, and to be able to do that and to invest into the company, you know what I mean, and have a piece of something more than just trying to get a license fee and all of that stuff. So it's a pretty big deal. And so that's one corporate job that I have. Then, I also have another corporate job up at Viacom, which is, everybody knows Viacom owns everything from BET, MTV, MTV2, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central. And, I'm one of the, if not the youngest executive, definitely the youngest black executive over there. And I got the job as the youngest television chairman in 2008 of Teen Nick. And kind of always been a curator and someone who is kind of keeping the culture alive in the MTV, BET, Nickelodeon world. So that's been a nice little situation since 2008. And then even before that, I've always been in the Viacom family, from everything, just off of creating Wild 'N Out alone. You know what I mean? It's been love and quite lucrative. And then I also have, so I have my Viacom deal that I could do anything I want to do in VH1, MTV, all of that lane. But then I also have even bigger deal with like my NBC Universal World, you know, and that's where you see America's Got Talent. That's where you see my show that I produce called Caught on Camera that comes on NBC every Friday night. And NBC Universal, they own everything from E to Bravo, NBC, USA Networks, all of that stuff. So my thing is like I've been, you know, moving my hands a lot behind the scenes since I was a teenager, man. And you know, it's cool to jump in front of the camera and show off for a little bit, but the real moves get made behind the camera.
Right. I mean, you're talking about from Viacom to NBC to Radio Shack.
Yeah, and then
like
also because when you think like Viacom also owns Paramount Pictures, NBC is also Universal Pictures, so you know I'm producing and directing movies and doing a bunch of stuff like that too in that space.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So those are probably the three most lucrative, and then obviously there's, you know, my label, you know, that we have is also, you know, I got artists signed everywhere from Universal Republic to Atlantic to Sony and all of that stuff, and everything is up under my company, which is called Incredible. It's the Incredible brand. It's always branded on me somewhere.
Wow. So you got like 15 jobs. Like
I got a lot of jobs.
Like Heyman from Living Color.
Exactly.
Except all your jobs are big jobs.
Yeah. But we have fun with it. To me, I feel like my job is to wake up each and every day and be creative. So that's a blessing.
Right, because you know when you look up Nick Cannon on, you know, Celebrity Net Worth or whatever, it says like 50 million. But knowing what I know about money, that sounds kind of light.
This is what I say. The richest people in the world are not on the Forbes list. They don't want you to know how much money they got. And
Right.
I'm one of those people, man. I've never wanted to put it out there. Like, because it's silly. Like, what does that do for me? Like, I think I went through my egotistical baller stage, you know, back in the day, in the early 2000s. I bought every car, every piece of jewelry, every house that I ever wanted. Now it's just like, man, it's about the community. It's about philanthropy. So you can say I got $5. It don't matter, but it's a lot of money being generated. Let's just say that.
Congrats, man.
Thank
Congrats.
you.
That's big. It's inspirational.
Yeah, man.
It's definitely inspirational.
100%.
So let's talk about your new mixtape. Like, number one, with all the shit you just talked about, all these 7-figure checks that are coming your way, why on earth would you stop what you're doing and put together a free mixtape project?
But that's the thing. I never stopped any of all that other stuff. That stuff is ongoing. And to be honest, man, it's therapeutic. I'm an artist at heart. And that's the thing. I never stopped. You know, I've been DJing, you know, for years. You know what I mean? I started DJing in 1996. I started making beats and all of that stuff. And then just continued on. And, you know, I've been writing and producing for cats ever since then. I just wasn't putting out my own personal music because, you know, I was doing stuff like focusing on being the best husband I could be and being the best father, you know, and like when you're a husband, you can't be making records about bitches and hoes and and whips and all that stuff. I was trying to stay focused and keep my eye on the prize in that sense. But I had never stopped making music, so I would make records and get them to other people. And but this time, especially when you hear the title of the tape is The Gospel, I turn up my side of the story. I mean, people are always in my business. I'm on TMZ every single day about something, and it's like they never get the story right. And I was like, yo, you know what? I just used to go in the studio and just do these freestyles about the real shit, and people were like, man, you should just put something together. And I came at it from an R&B soulful approach because really, man, it was therapeutic when you're going through a divorce and going through all type of other stuff with new women, and I needed an outlet, and that's really why I did it. I didn't do it to be like, yo, I'm back out here, none of that stuff. It's like, because to me, in my mind, I never left. I mean, I created the only hip-hop show that has ran for over a decade that every rapper comes through, that I do every beat on Wildin' Out, I write everything, you know what I mean? So, like, I got my hip-hop outlet. I'm freestyling on every episode. So, to me, in my mind, I never left.
I feel you. Now, when you look at the people that are on it, well, number one, Gucci Man was a little bit of a shock.
That's my joint, the Wasted record. Well, first, and I got to give credit. That's to my man Zaytoven, who is the hottest producer in the game right now. And he don't work with just everybody, but I got such a love and affinity for that dude. just based off of his talent. He's a true musician, and I think we connected on an artist level. And you know, we got some ties and all that stuff because we know each other. And you know, he from the Bay. I got my team out there, all of that type stuff. So me and Zay have been talking for some months about doing some stuff. And then I known Gucci forever. You know, I mean, from back when, you know, So Icy days and stuff like that. So. And when he got out, I connected with him and pulled up on him, and we talked and chopped it up. And to see him in such beautiful spirits, I was like, yo, man, we got to do something. He's like, man, I heard you back at it. So, you know, we jumped on that Wasted joint and went crazy.
But, I mean, didn't Gucci have another song called Wasted?
That was because this is my record, and if you listen to it, has more of a R&B soulful vibe. I mean, we both rhyming on it, but the hook is like, you know, real singy and stuff. So I was like, yo, let me do the Ike Turnup version. I came up with the concept of Wasted. He said the hook, and you know, so if you want to call it Wasted Part 2, or this is Ike Turnup's Wasted. It's a little different.
Right. I mean, who else is on there? Quavo
Came through and blessed it.
Jeremiah's on a couple songs.
Yeah.
Keke Palmer, that was a pretty cool one.
She went crazy. We're gonna do the crazy video for that one. That one's gonna be ill. Christina Milian, she on there. Like, so it's like it's my real life, man. It's stuff that, you know, I'm apologizing on records. I'm making announcements on records. So it's like it was truly like a therapy session for me.
I mean, why are you singing on it? That's what I want to know.
You know what? A couple of reasons. One, and I always go back, like, if you even listen to the stuff that I was doing, like, in the late 90s, I was singing and rapping back then, but it wasn't cool to do both back then. You had to do one or the other, and I remember that was even an issue at the label a lot of times. It was like, yo, do you want to be an R&B singer or you want to be a rapper? You can't be both. And so I leaned more towards the rap stuff and stopped singing the hooks and stopped singing the records and stuff. So then, gradually, even my pen game, I just found myself doing all of this R&B stuff, and then obviously, you know, the company that you keep, being married to Mariah and being in sessions and all that stuff, I was really in that phase. And then you see these young cats like Bryson and Drake coming out doing both, and I was like, yo, I got excited. I was like, yo, they doing what I've been doing. I was like, I'm so happy that the game has embraced cats to just be creative and be artists, and you don't have to just be a spitter. You don't have to just be an R&B singer. You can bring it all together. And then, because I know it's an uphill battle. Cats necessarily, whether it's from Wildin' Out or because they might have been introduced to me from Nickelodeon, they don't necessarily want to hear Nick Cannon bars off top. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to let them shoot at this. I ain't even going to come with no bars. I'm going to sing this whole thing and show you my talent level on that aspect. And you know, you can say what you want. And it's kind of perfect because I'm talking about my personal life. It is cuffing season. It's for the ladies. So it all made sense.